Here's the exciting part, guys. We are going to get our pictures ready to colorize them. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go up to Image, over to Adjustments, and I'm going to go down to something called Posterize. Posterize limits the number of colors within your picture. Threshold makes it black and white. Watch what happens when I do threshold. And you can kind of play around with the levels of this, but that seems like a bit much, and I lost some of my features. So we're going to be using Posterize for this, but this is another way of doing it eventually. There's my threshold box. So I could actually make it darker, make it lighter, but because I am so pale, a lot of my features get lost in this. So we're going to hit cancel. Again, that's Image, Adjustments, Posterize. And this isn't going to make it in black and white. It's going to keep it in flesh tones. For Posterize, you want to stick with something that's between 3 and 5 colors. 5 colors is a bit much, so I'm actually going to go with 4. And you can also type in this box and hit OK. And now here's the fun part. I'm going to make a new layer. So layer 2, and I'm going to call this layer Fill. Because we're going to start to fill in some of these blocks that I've created of color. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go to my Magic Wand tool. And the Magic Wand tool selects colors or pixels by color. So right now, there's no pixels on this layer. It just selected everything. I'm going to hit Command D if I want to deselect something. So say I click on this color for my hair. That's one way of selecting the stuff. Or we learned a new way that's super fast. So I'm going to go back up to my fill layer. I'm going to go to Select, and I'm going to go to Color Range. And what this does is it lets you pick by everything that is that one particular color in the picture. I'm going to go over to this eyedropper tool that has a plus sign next to it. I'm going to click into my picture so everything that is this reddish brown now gets selected. And I'm going to hit OK. And while I'm on my fill layer, now I'm going to go up to Edit, Fill, and I'm going to choose Color, which brings up this. And now I can change the color of everything that's selected. I'm going to hit OK. And boom, there we go. So I would keep doing this, and you want to work in colors that kind of work well together. Maybe I want to work on, my face is kind of bothering me, so we're going to do that next. Again, I go up to Select, Color Range, choose the plus dropper, and it gives me a little preview of what pixels it's going to be choosing. And hit OK. And let's say I want kind of an orange for my face, maybe a yellow orange, a little bit darker. And now when I go up, instead of choosing fill and color, since I picked the color because I wasn't thinking, I can just choose foreground color. I'm going to keep working my way around. Your skin colors, guys, try not to pick anything with major contrast. See how that doesn't really look great. I'm going to go ahead and stick in the orange family color range. And let's do this peachy shade next. Kind of, sort of. Hit OK. Let's fill that with light orange. That looks better. So we're getting there. Let's do the inside of my face. And I'm actually going to eyedropper this orange because I want to make sure I go lighter than that. Then I'm going to go to Fill, Color. It starts me off with that orange that I left off on. I'm going to make it lighter, and I'm actually going to make it move more towards yellow. So maybe something like that. And I could go back. There's other ways of doing this too. I can select certain parts with the magic wand, but that color range select, whew, makes things so much easier. So let's go ahead and do this little bit of shadow. Maybe I want that to be a brighter orange. Like so. You want it to match your other colors. And I could go in and get these grays too. I'm not super crazy about those. And this really helps when you're trying to get all of those little pixels that really just make it tough. So let's do fill. Let's do a deep strawberry color. Maybe like closer to red. There we go. Kind of like that. And I would keep going and keep going until I have all of my pixels changed to what I want them to be. You want to stick between 4 and 5 colors, 5 maximum probably. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Whoops. There we go. Now I should be able to select my black. We're going to make that a really dark red. But look what I'm about to do. I'm on layer 0. So before I do that fill, I'm going to go back to my fill layer. Let's do like, yeah, black cherry color. Hit OK. And there is my first pop art portrait of myself. If I really wanted to, I could smooth things out by going to blur. And it blurs it a little bit. There's a couple other ones you can experiment with. You don't want to get it to the point where you can't recognize yourself anymore. Let's try box blur. Some of the blurs will come up with a preview box like this. There we go. And you don't have to do that if you're happy with what you got, but it smooths things out a little bit.